Welcome back to the Coding Problem series. Today, we are tackling a classic combinatorial problem, finding the KTH permutation sequence. This problem often appears in technical interviews and requires a good understanding of mathematical patterns rather than just brute force coding. First, let's define our terms. A permutation is simply a specific arrangement of all members of a set into a sequence. For any set of n numbers, there are in factorial possible ways to arrange them. For example, if we have the numbers 1, 2, and 3, we can arrange them in 6 different ways as shown here. Here is exactly what we need to solve. We are given an integer n, representing the set of numbers from 1 to n, and an integer k. Our goal is to return the KTH permutation sequence. Crucially, these permutations are ordered lexicographically, meaning in numerical order, from smallest to largest. Let's visualize this with n equals 3. If we list out all permutations in order, we get a sorted list. If k equals 3, we simply look at the third item in this list. In this case, the third permutation is 213. It seems straightforward, but generating the list is the hard part. You might be tempted to simply generate all permutations, store them, sort them, and pick the right one. This is the brute force or naive approach. However, the time complexity here is O of n factorial. Factorials grow incredibly fast. For n equals 13, the number of permutations is over 6 billion. We clearly need a more efficient mathematical strategy. Let's look for a pattern. Notice how the permutations are grouped. With n equals 3, the first 2 permutations start with 1. The next 2 start with 2, and so on. These form blocks. The size of each block is determined by the factorial of the remaining digits, which is n minus 1 factorial. We can use this block structure to directly calculate the digit at each position without generating the full list. We calculate the block size, then determine the index of our target digit by dividing k by the block size. Then, we update k using the modulo operator to find the position within the next subblock. Remember to adjust k to be 0 indexed at the start. Let's trace this with an example where n is 4 and k is 9. First, we reduce k by 1 to get 8. The block size for the first position is 3 factorial, which is 6. Dividing 8 by 6 gives us 1. This means our first digit is at index 1 of our available numbers list. Index 1 corresponds to the number 2. We pick 2, and our new k becomes the remainder, which is 2. Now we have 3 numbers remaining, 1, 3, and 4. Our new k is 2. The new block size is 2 factorial, which is 2. Dividing 2 by 2 gives us 1. So we pick the number at index 1 from our remaining list. That number is 3. We append 3 to our result, and the new k becomes 0. Here is the logic in code structure. We precompute factorials. We adjust k to be 0-based. Then we loop from n minus 1 down to 0. In each iteration, we calculate the block size, find the correct index, append that number to our result string, and remove it from the list of available numbers. Finally, we update k for the next iteration. This mathematical approach is much faster. The time complexity is O of n squared because removing an element from an array shifts the remaining elements. The space complexity is O of n to store the numbers and the result. By using the factorial number system, we solved the problem without generating billions of unnecessary permutations.
If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit codelucky.com for more such useful content.